Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're doing our Smackdown review for the Smackdown that just happened. I don't usually do reviews of shows on the same night, but since my schedule has changed around in my personal life, I am going to do the review of Smackdown tonight. So we started off with the trial of the Tribal Chief. Now, I thought this was locked into the main event, but I guess not. And the Usos ended up starting it off. They came out. The crowd was singing the Uso song, which, you know, you love to see. I mean, New York crowds are always some of the best in America. So, you know, that was to be expected. And also, the Usos told Paul Heyman to shut up. And this whole segment ran for 40 minutes. If you guys don't know, this segment ran overtime. It's not like they booked the Bloodline segment to go 40 minutes. According to insiders, this segment went double time. Like, this segment was supposed to be 20 minutes. It almost went 40 minutes if you include the commercials. But Solo covered Paul Heyman's mic. So, clearly Roman Reigns isn't the only guy that can tell Paul Heyman to shut up. Solo can too. I thought that was nice. You know, I don't know if this is just a little bit of a tease, but, you know, Solo does what he wants. But next up is something wild. The Usos showed evidence on the exhibits. Yes, they brought the exhibits back. The Usos showed evidence that Roman is pretty much a dictator, is what they're trying to say. And Roman ended up falling in, at least that we thought. So first he took a knee to JEY Uso. And at this point, you know, Roman is bowing down to JEY. And the crowd was into it. I was into it. I mean, we're watching cinema here, so it doesn't really matter. And Roman, look at his face. I mean, how can you not be hooked by this man? I mean, he's just selling the hell out of it. He's crying. It's like he just got his WWE. It's like he just got told that his career is being ripped away from him. All that kind of stuff. And Roman Reigns low blows JEY. So he gets revenge for Money in the Bank. He low blows JEY Uso. And then the attack is underway. Roman and Solo brawling with the Usos once again. And then the leadership necklace falls right in front of Solo. And Solo is debating to put it on, and Roman doesn't like that. And that gives the Usos time to attack Roman more. But no, the segment doesn't even end here when Solo is grabbing the thing. It ends with Solo, well, first of all, JEY is trapped on the ropes. And then Roman and Solo destroy Jimmy with the steel steps and then put him through a table. There's probably some more that I missed, but this was crazy. I mean, it was 40 minutes of brilliance. I mean, I don't care if people say this is boring and shit. I think this is just good shit. That's what I think. And I mean, this isn't even the last you're going to hear about the Bloodline in this show. But as a result of the attack, Jimmy Uso is taken by an ambulance, and I suspect that Jimmy Uso is going to be out until SummerSlam. And of course, the Usos are now baby faces, so all the baby faces, you know, you got LWO and people trying to see if Jimmy's all right. And yeah, this whole thing was crazy. And obviously we gotta drop the "This is cinema" meme. But next up we had Theory versus Sheamus for the United States title. I was barely watching the match when it first started. But what I heard is that this match didn't deliver. I mean, this match is a banger on paper. It's Sheamus and Austin Theory. And of course Pretty Deadly had to get involved. They had to try to help, you know, Theory, who was clearly about to be beaten by Sheamus. And like I said, Sheamus would be a great U.S. champion. You know, Sheamus, you know, Theory's reign has been kind of bad. So, and I think Sheamus would be a great U.S. champion. But of course, we can't get all things that we want. Pretty Deadly came down to interfere, and then the Brawling Brutes came to help out Sheamus, and then Theory. Sheamus is looking at something. I still have no idea what he was looking at. and Austin Theory rolls him up, and Austin Theory is still U.S. champion, and no Carlito, despite the million rumors that I saw, and I got hooked into it too. But Austin Theory walks out of MSG, still U.S. champion. After that, the Grayson Waller effect starring Edge. And what I expected is that the crowd, this MSG was going to sing Edge's song, and I was right. The crowd was singing Edge's song. But Grayson Waller, of course, as every Grayson Waller effect goes, he wanted to make it about him. And Edge, he's a different breed. He doesn't take that shit. Edge bashed Grayson Waller about not having matches, talking shit, saying he's in the ring with John Cena. The management must really like you. I mean, Edge was basically saying what we're all thinking. And Edge told Grayson Waller that the main event of SmackDown, or at least the match main event, is going to be him versus you. Grayson Waller versus Edge, which I was not expecting at all. Like, this is this is an absolute banger of a match. A great segment overall. And obviously Edge not retiring is a good thing. But next up, we had AJ Styles versus AJ Styles. And also, I just want to show this picture off of the crazy week that Grayson Waller's had. That Money in the Bank crowd and now Edge. I mean, just absolutely. I feel so good for Grayson Waller because I actually watch NXT. So, you know, I know that Grayson Waller deserves this. But next up, AJ Styles versus Karrion Kross. We have the badass Mia Yim and AJ Styles entrance. It's just such a good in-sync entrance. And at the end of the day, match lasted 3 minutes. Mia Yim stopped Scarlett. AJ Styles won. There isn't really anything to say here. It was admittedly boring, but I did want Styles to win, which he did win. Next up, we had the crazy segment, which was started by the women's champion, Asuka. And she came out here. For a segment, and Io Sky. Well, first of all, obviously, you know, Bianca and Charlotte. Obviously, we're gonna get the triple threat at SummerSlam. So Charlotte and Bianca brawled, and that allowed Io Sky to sneak into the ring, attack Asuka with the Money in the Bank briefcase, and of course Bayley is there. Bayley Rose plants Asuka onto the briefcase. Io goes for her moonsault. She hits it perfectly, but Charlotte, the spoiler of all spoilers, ultimately disrupts the cash-in. Well, Bayley got slipped out under the ring. Charlotte stopped Io herself, but the match wasn't made official, so Io could still run around with the Money in the Bank briefcase. I mean, that was nuts. You guys may have seen my tweet. That was like one of the fastest moving segments I've ever seen. But I'm happy with it because Io is still Miss Money in the Bank and Asuka is still Women's Champion, so it doesn't really matter. Next up, we got Edge versus Grayson Waller. It was a great match. I mean, I was really much enjoying Edge and Grayson Waller. I love Grayson Waller's style of wrestling, but the match finish was really great. Grayson Waller was going through his roll through the rope stunner, and Edge perfectly calm for a spear, and you can count to 100. Just a really good match. I mean, Grayson Waller is going to be one of the biggest heels. Like, it's not going to be long before Grayson Waller's a top 5 heel. I mean, the man just got to keep it going. The man's got to keep bothering the baby faces. But Edge did something I wasn't expecting, and he gave Waller his flowers. He said, you definitely swam. He didn't sink. Even though Grayson Waller lost, you can see in Grayson Waller's face, he's like, oh shit, Edge just said that to me. But this was a great moment. You gotta love Edge, and hopefully we see Edge regularly on SmackDown. I extremely doubt it, but we'll have to wait and see. Next up, we were not done with SmackDown because Jey Uso wanted to beat the hell out of Roman Reigns, and Roman was waiting in the ring for him. And then Jey Uso came through the MSG crowd and beat the hell out of Solo Sikoa with the chair. First of all, he super kicked Solo. He went after Roman. Solo saved Roman, and then Jey Uso destroyed Solo's back with the chair and grabbed Roman's championship. This is probably going to be the most iconic image from the night. Jey Uso holding up that mustard championship. But Jey Uso pretty much just challenged Roman Reigns to a match for the title at SummerSlam. And it is happening. I mean, Fightful reported it. We can all assume it. That this is going to be the main event of SummerSlam. Jimmy Uso's injury. We don't have to worry about a Jimmy Uso thing. And yeah, the show ended with Roman and Solo running away from Jey Uso. And really tells you that when Jey Uso wants something, damn, Jey Uso is going to get that kind of something. And I thought that was a great ending. Just once again, just proves that the Bloodline is the biggest cinema thing going in the company. I mean, you really can't explain it any other way. Also, if you guys don't know, we have a championship match set for next week's SmackDown. Asuka versus Bianca Belair. I mean, this is like a PLE match and a half. But this will definitely end at a DQ. And I can tell you, whisper in the ear, Charlotte is definitely going to get involved because it's pretty obvious. But, you know, I hope they get time, at least more time than they got in this week's segment. But that's it for the SmackDown review. Hope you all enjoy, and I'll see you all in the next video.